Hey, what's going on, right?
Oh my gosh.
Again.
Yeah.
This is Monday. Definitely is Monday.
Oh yeah.
All day. It's been
totally
all day.
Sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. Good evening. David, what's up? Hi, guys. Glad you are under the winter storm.
There's a winter storm?
Yep, apparently it's a winter storm.
Wow. I didn't know there was a winter storm.
Yeah, we only stay in these four walls.
Well, I mean, yeah.
What's up, guys? Hey, hello from Vegas. So Christian, 72 in Fort Worth, the car stereo capital of the world. Okay.
Texas, Fort Worth?
There you go. Hey, why not?
I think it'd be Arizona, I'm not going to lie.
Hey, Mr. Lara.
That's where all of them were. And I think
What's
there's
up?
still a certain large portion of them still there.
Where?
Arizona, Mesa,
Really?
Arizona. Yeah, Rockford's there. Mobile Solutions is there. Morel is there.
Everybody's there.
There's a lot of people there. Dougie's there.
Oh, that's
Marty
it.
will be there. And there, I mean, there's just a
MasterTech Expo's there.
MasterTech, but Cicada, Larry Frederick is there.
Okay.
But all those, I mean, that's where they all came from. So I mean, that was the hub for some reason. Oh, JL Audio's there.
Now it's there.
No,
it's always been there.
Yeah, they have a big facility there in Arizona. So I don't know. I feel like
Arizona is the
Arizona and Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, both. Dude, JL. There again. Amp, Metra.
DS18.
DS18. The group that just bought Orion, Alpha Sonic, they're here in Florida. HKI's warehouse is in Miami. Stereo or Sounds, the guys that bought Hybrid, they're all here. So yeah, no, he doesn't count.
What's that?
He doesn't count. Yeah, I'll just ignore that one. MTX has a place in Florida. Do they? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. So anyways, welcome to Monday. For those of you guys that are just tuning in.
MTX?
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Dude, for someone that sits right next to me, it's amazing.
I never pay attention of nothing.
Don't hear nothing.
No. Why would I?
I have a turn off pop. Click on Rick. That's all right. You all right here. All right.
There you go.
You do your thing. You need to go wash your hands. Go wash your hands.
What?
Because because
my hands are clean.
No, flip them over. Flip them over. They're not. They're totally terrible. Okay, whatever. What happened? Did you click on Rick? I thought you clicked on it.
What?
Well, I said click on Rick. You act like you were going to do it. There you go. All right, cool. I have a turn-on pop and a whine noise while driving in my 5th gen Camaro. Please help factory radio and aftermarket amp. First question would be, how did you integrate into it? Is it the premium audio, like the Boston? How did you get it? What are we using? Are we going directly into the amplifier? So there's a lot more things that could be causing this popping, whiny noise. So dig into it. Let's give us more information, and then we'll come back looking for you.
Talking about integration. There you go.
I'm looking at a 2010 Lexus ES350 built, but it has the OME navigation, any direction on how to integrate and or replace the head unit with the ILX 507 or maybe a 509. Who has a dash kit, T harness, etc.? Nobody. That's just man. Here's the thing. It's no mystery.
Saludos, Jose.
Where these parts are, where do they come from? We have the same database you guys do. So I'm going to hide this current comment, and I'm going to pull up this right here. So this is it. This is the magic pages. Anytime we're doing any installation, we go to these spots. Okay, and if they've got it, great. If they don't, then there's pretty much nothing you can do as far as putting a radio in the car. Now, as far as integration goes, that's a whole nother story, you know, DSPs and whatnot. But there again, hopefully you took a screenshot. I'll put it up one more time. Not that one, this one. Take a screenshot, and that'll get you somewhere. But that's what we do. So that's when it comes to trying to find something, that's where it's at. If it seems like we're a little bit off, as you can see, there's a Volkswagen over here, and we were trying to get that done so we could come in tomorrow morning and be fresh and happy and all that funness. And of course, it decided that it didn't want to work the way it was supposed to, so that kind of screwed everything up for us. And so here we are, a little like, oh, see, I didn't even get to turn on my I don't even have that on. I can't do my DJ stuff. But it is Monday, so that means we're going to head over to the 12 Oakland Wire Club real quick and see who got the pick of the week. There we go. Who do we have, Fernando?
We have Monster.
Monster?
Yeah.
Oh, is that Ricardo?
That's Ricardo over there, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Dude, that was 3 amplifiers in the top. Like you can see power and ground in the top. An epicenter.
Always the epicenter. We got the Mexican epicenter coming out here soon.
Yes.
And that's literally what it's called. So it's called the Mexican epicenter.
The hub and, you know, like.
So this installation is being brought to you by Wire Care. That's right. For all your wire needs, loom, tech flex, ferrules, shrink wrap, everything you could possibly need, even the tools themselves. If you're interested, go over to wirecare.com. Use the coupon code. Where is the coupon code? It wasn't
12VCWC.
12VCWC.
That is correct. 12 Oakland Wire Club.
Very, very good idea.
Right?
Very good. And you will get free shipping here in the continental U.S. Some of you guys have already taken advantage of this. Please, we have 1 more month left. So if you're waiting, don't delay. Take advantage of this. Get your free shipping.
On anything that you buy.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything from there you buy.
Yes.
And they got really cool shirts. So, like, if you buy enough, you qualify for a shirt.
Yeah.
They got some of the best shirts, man. I'm not going to lie.
Cool shirts.
I love their shirts. They're pretty awesome. I've got a couple of them. I like them. But anyways, thank you. Good job, Ricardo. And also thank you, those guys.
Wire Care, yep.
Yeah. All right. Good enough. I know, right? It's just
crazy.
You know, it's almost like you just want to take a moment, just kind of breathe it in,
all right,
a little bit.
Just take a moment.
You know, and try to like.
You don't have a moment, so just keep going.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Do this. Cheers.
That's a beer?
I wish. I don't drink.
Why? It doesn't.
Right now, there's people watching this on Tuesday going, what the hell is going on? What is he doing that for? It's not car audio. And that's what I say to them. Okay. I can't wait for the comments. All right. 2004 Honda Civic, fully professional stereo installed. How do I go about taking everything out to sell on eBay? Whew. Well, I can tell you when we install something, there's like a million zip ties. It's a pain in the butt. And when we put something in, we take the whole car apart. So if you're looking to get like wires and bass knobs and all that fun stuff out of the car, more than likely you're going to have to take the whole car apart in order to get that stuff out. However, if you're just trying to get to your amps and stuff like that, well, then just unscrew them, but first disconnect the battery underneath the hood. But if it's professionally installed, then you know, you're going to have some work ahead of you as far as how to get all the fun stuff out. You know, typically we run the bass knob down the driver's side. So, I mean, if that would really be the only thing that you absolutely have to get. However, if you're trying to put it all back to factory, might be fun there, because depending on what they did. We do, when I know at least with us, when it comes to reinstalling the rate or putting it all back to factory, depending on what we have to do, it's usually a reduced rate as in compared to installing it, obviously. But we will pull everything out at the owner's request. We don't get a lot of them, like most people. You know, they keep the cars forever, and or when they sell it, they just want new stuff. So it's kind of weird. But No, you have your work cut out for you for sure. Yeah. Plus, if they cut the harness, you got to solder it back in. All right, give me something else.
Ready?
Yeah. That's the pause. For a 2009 Cadillac CTS, would you go with Focal or Hertz speakers? I mean, there again, when I recommend speakers, I like to get to know a little bit more about the person as far as what type of sound that they're trying to go through. There's a clear difference in characteristics between those two speakers. Focal has a hard dome tweeter. Hertz has a soft dome tweeter. They're both loud, but it's just a matter of how that loudness translates out to something that you yourself are going to take in. So, and then again, you say Focal. That takes you anywhere from the auditors all the way up to utopias, as well as in Hertz. It takes you from the Unos all the way up to the Milli Pro, whatever's above the Milli. So, I mean, there's a wide swing there between that. They're both great speakers. You really just need to decide what type of tweeter you like, a hard dome or a soft dome. That's kind of the best I got for you. He's like a slave driver, just keeps them coming. Hi guys, glad you aren't under winter storm warning. Oh, that was the earlier one? Glad you're not under winter storm warnings. Yeah, It's hot. I don't think we have anything. Howdy from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Highs, mids, and lows for sure. Okay. Hey, good evening, guys. You installed a DMX 1057 in my F-150 a couple months ago. Dean, you said something about reading a Roku to stream video to the screen since Apple iPhone won't let you. What if I did an iPad or an Android tablet or just do the Roku like you suggested? Okay. So basically what we're asking here is like iPhone and Android and all those guys really lock down a lot of their video stuff. Android tablet, you could do some streaming on, but they don't want, you can stream all your content you want. Their streaming content sometimes isn't work depending on the streaming service you have as far as like Hulu, Netflix, blah, blah, blah. And there again, the service that you're using, AT&T, Verizon, and all those whatnot. If you're trying to stream one of their services, it's a hit or miss. I mean, the Roku, whatever, is the easiest one out of the bunch because it just thinks it's going to a TV, so it makes life easy. It's not, there's no screen attached to it, so it doesn't know, it doesn't care. It's just output to something. I mean, so at the end of the day, you could do all this other stuff and it may or may not work, or just go with the thing that works. So that's kind of where you're at there. And the Roku's got to be cheaper.
Yeah.
Hello, gentlemen.
What's up? Hey, Eddie. Saludos.
You know, it's funny, too. The ZZ2 streamer. Oh, that's another piece. I didn't even think about that one. The streamer, the ZZ2 streamer. Or the RVDFL. So that's in my car. So I didn't even think about it. We have a piece here called the RVDFL streamer. And it hooks up to a Wi-Fi hotspot. And it'll do Netflix and YouTube. And we did it. We had it live here. So, yeah, it's all wireless. That's also an option. You can check that out at rdvfl.com. But I still think that the Roku is probably cheaper. Dean, are you going to Emma Finals in Salzburg this year too? Probably not. They haven't mentioned it, and it's getting kind of late in the season here. So we've already kind of booked out a lot of our trips until like August. So we just talked to the guys from Go Fast today. So we'll probably going to do that, doing that 24 hours of fun and excitement at the Go Fast up there in Massachusetts, Springfield. But no, I'd love to go to the Salzburg. I don't think it's going to happen though. It depends. I don't know. Right now it's a no, but if they asked at the last minute, I'd say yes and figure out how to make it work. But I think that would be an every other year thing. I don't know. It was a lot of fun though. I look forward to doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the streamer. That's what I said, the RVD streamer. Thank you, Christian.
Oh.
What?
Fang of the truth.
Sponsor, Mobile Electronics Expo. No, I was getting to that, Fang, but thank you for pointing that out. Oh, so, you know, it's. I was just, you know, kind of doing you guys a solid and be like, I'm just gonna hold off on the sponsor until it's excuse me, you know, we're 15 minutes in, so good enough. So if you guys are upset, blame it on him. That's all I gotta say. Okay, let me pull this up here. Oh, what the heck? Why is it? Jesus, you know, it's like I don't even know why I try. AudioControl at AudioControl.com is the sponsor of the show. Two things that you should know about AudioControl right now. One, if you currently own some form of AudioControl DSP amplifier, whether you bought it 5 years ago when the DM608 and 810 came out, or you bought it yesterday when the D4800 or the 1300, it doesn't matter. If you'd like to play with the new software, the beta software, you can do that. You can download it to your Windows. You can download it to your Mac. They do strongly recommend that you remove the old software. I've done it on my Mac. It simply just like said, do you want to delete it? Yes. Did it on my Windows. It asked me there too. So I broke the mold. I just did it the easy way. But you can do that as well as it is almost summertime. It's almost, can you believe it is almost summertime? Don't go without me. I know, Doug, right? Dude, we gotta go. I mean, I'm dying to go back, but I don't think they're not going to ask us, Doug. They don't want us to go. They want to take everybody else. So fine. We'll go next year. Summer is almost here, which means your fun summer vehicles. Some of you have winter vehicles, and I understand, but you're going to be packing those up soon. I don't know. You're getting those last minute snow flurries. But anyway, summer is coming, and they have the new ACX amplifiers. They have 6 amplifiers in the lineup. We have the new 606, the new 650.5, the 302, the 301, and the 304. And you can dunk them in a bucket of water. They are waterproof amplifiers. They're a lot of fun. Check them out, audiocontrol.com. Okay. Hey, I just watched you install a W650. I recently installed one with the same little blue box. It was set for my old Kenwood. I flipped the switches to Alpine, but steering wheel does nothing. Okay, so I'm assuming you unplugged it and you turned it to 1 because that's Alpine. Now, the volume should work. And also you have to make sure that you actually plug it in. Oh, so wait, you had a Kenwood? What did you? Yours might still have the aux jack. On the back of the Alpine, there's more than one steering wheel control looking aux jack. Make sure you plugged it into the right one and it's pushed in all the way. The other thing too is depending on how old your pack module is, it may need a software update for the ILX W650 because there was a time when it did not read them. Alpine changed the software. So if you have like a 4 or 5 year old pack module, it will need an update. At that point, just buy something new because, I mean, unless you're a system administrator and know how to work your Windows machine way better than me. But you can check the number on the side of the unit. Like if there should be a sticker, however it's old, the sticker's probably gone. But I can guarantee you there's been an update or two since you probably put it in. It's the bane of my existence, and I absolutely hate doing it. So, yeah. What do you think? I'm upgrading my 9707 Kenwood and my 2017 Traverse to the Kenwood 1057 with the LC5 1300. The Hertz 65, okay, Sony, okay, and DC 4.2 tweeters, Kenwood P sub. Why are we getting the D5 1300? I guess would be the only question I have. The 507 can do a lot of fun and excitement for sure. But, okay, I get it. I mean, if you don't want laptop, the 507, their 1057 has a ton of features with the parametric EQ. I think we just talked about it the other day live on Netflix, or not Netflix, on Instagram, which means it went up late today. It's a solid system, man. It's a solid system. It's a lot of fun and excitement. I still will do a D5 1300. You know, that's just me because I want the control. Yeah. Might want to think about also getting the ACM 2.300 to run those little 2-inch. I have an Alpine Type R with the Alpine 800 watt amp. Okay. Class D, looking to get different 10s. Is there a sub better than the Type R for the output? I'm not a JL audio fan. I mean, we don't use a ton of Type R subwoofers in our day-to-day lives. We use them for very specific things. And so there again, when you're asking me a question about, is there something better? There's always something better. There's a million brands out there, and there is always something better. The question I would have to ask is, like, what didn't you like about them? Because it's a pretty solid subwoofer. Like, it actually sounds really good. They did just update it too. Like, the new Type R's are coming out, or R types, or whatever they're calling them now, just came out. So there is a brand new one. But, you know, if you like big, fat, punchy, deep bass, I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of Rockford. The P3s, awesome subwoofer. But there's a ton of subwoofers out there. It's really, you're gonna have to figure out what you didn't like about the Type R's, because that's a pretty solid woofer, man. Like, it's a hard one to beat. Mary Lou checking in. Who caught the show Saturday when Mary Lou was on? Good day to you all, audio people, car audio people. Yeah, Mr. Bennett in the house. Supposedly getting some Museway stuff.
What's up, Bobby?
You excited about that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hello,
Okay.
Elias.
Take a breather, man. Just take a breather. You're staring way too intently at that. We're 22 minutes into the show, and you've just been staring.
I'm trying to find the questions.
They're all there. They're there. Get your questions in, guys. Finally, Scott's finally starting to install his Morel Hybrid 3-way 3.5 hours later.
Man. Very nice.
That's a pain in the butt, man. Take your time. Do it right. What's the difference between installing a DSP and high resolution car audio products? I don't even know if that's a question. Like, a DSP is a processor. It's a tool. It does specific things in a car. It has a crossover, an EQ.
So some of these DSPs actually
controls.
Give you high resolution.
High resolution car audio product. Yes, some of them you can, like, you know, Audison, Helix, Mosconi, sure,
Arc.
Probably Zabco, Arc. They have high resolution products that can attach either via streaming over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, or some of them even do it over data, like a digital coax, some form of a portable thing. So I guess the way to approach this is, whatever your high resolution product is, you'd have to make sure that whatever DSP you're getting can actually work with it, in the sense, like, it can translate out, you know, that information. You know, high res, the actual sticker that says high res audio certified, there's only like a handful of those. I think the only one that's like not Japanese is Audison. Vocal might be now, but I'm not sure. I don't think they are. I know Audison is. But high res, like the high res sticker that you see on everything it's just a standard. If you're old enough to remember THX, there again, that was just a book of standards that the product had to hit. So high res, as it were, is a standard. Like, it has to play up to 40,000 hertz. That's a whole nother debate. I was like, oh, you can't hear that, blah, 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 whatever. But sit in a really nice high res stereo, and you can. It just sounds different.
All right.
I'm getting a new 2023 Chrysler 300. Oh, like Mike's. We just filmed Mike's. You're going to see it here soon. I want to add one of those flat 12-inch subwoofers that you have installed. Do it to wife needs space. What do you recommend for amps? And I want to keep the radio, the original speakers. Okay, so 2023 Chrysler 300. The first question is it going to be premium audio? I mean, is there going to be some form of an amplifier in it? There's going to be some form of an amplifier in it? Great. Amp Pro. You're going to need an Amp Pro or a Sub Pro if you're not going to change anything out. That'll get you a full bandwidth RC output that you can then have fun with. Now, if you're not going to do if it's not a premium audio system, then that kind of, all right, now we got to keep the factory. And that means we have to take sound off of the front doors, not the rear deck speakers, because the rear deck speakers are not subwoofers. It's the front door that is. And we're going to need some equalization. Now we're going to get like, oh, crazy. So at that point, I'd be looking at like a Key 501 from Kicker, because it has the de-equalization built into it. And if you're like, it's 500 watts, which for one of those flat subwoofers like you're talking about, so you got JBL, you got Sermon Vega, you got Diamond, they all sound wonderful, that go up underneath in the spare tire. Or if you want something that can sit up on there, you got the Kicker Comp RT, downfire and loaded box that has the 12-inch and the 12-inch passive radiator. You can even do an L7T, also like a 12 off the 500 watts would get you what you need. If you're like, I want more than 500 watts, then you're going to want the Key Lock from Kicker. That's their DSP high-level to low-level adapter, because that will do the same thing that the Key 500 will do for the system. It'll just allow you to do that same technology, but use it on anyone's amplifier. The joy of the Key 501 is it's tiny, and you can easily hide it in that car in the trunk somewhere where she won't be taking up any room. You go with a big amplifier, now she's going to be like, oh, what the hell, bro? What the hell? So there's 3 solutions for you. Have fun. What's up, Angel? What's up, everyone? MasterTech Expo just around the corner. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're working on the trophy today. It's not been fun. Maybe, Angel, you'll get to win the trophy. Ooh, wouldn't that be exciting?
Hello.
Speaking of MasterTech Expo, for anyone going to MasterTech Expo, if you're not going to enter the LED challenge, what the hell, man? Like, it's like the best thing ever. There's our entry into the LED challenge. We'll have 2 of these, but we get to do this. Check, baby, baby. 1, 2.
Sure.
1, 2, 1, 2. Dean is a master tech. No, Elias, you're a master salesman. Is Stinger 5-conductor speed wire sufficient for a 15-foot run, 150 watts per channel, being 18 gauge? I feel it may be too small. Funny you should ask that. So, a good friend of the industry, someone by the name of Tony D'Amore. You guys might know him as the creator of the DD1 that is sold under Steve Mead's brand. It's SMD and then Tony D. Tony D is, well, a pretty smart guy, even, you know. And recently on his Facebook page, he took to answering one of the questions that has plagued this industry for years, but very few engineers are willing to touch upon. And that is, what size speaker wire should I run for the frequency response that a mid and high needs? And basically, at the end of the day, after all the math and all of the nonsense that I couldn't understand because I didn't go to school for all of that, an 18-gauge wire is more than sufficient to handle way more than 150 watts. However, if you don't believe him, our good friends at Metra, you can find them at metraonline.com, they make a 6-conductor paired wire system, and you can get that in 16 gauge. I know your mind just got blown. We do a full review of it where we show you their version of the 18 gauge and also their version of the 16 gauge. They made that wire specifically for you guys that are like, 18 gauge isn't big enough, I want something bigger. So it comes in a complete kit. It's really cool. Hold on. Turn off the audio control for me.
Perfect.
Thank you. So this is the kit here. Okay. And inside the kit is TechFlex, is little tiny shrink wrap pieces that say front, right, left, positive, all that other fun stuff. There's ferrules inside of the kit. It's a complete kit, pardon me, for you. So if you want something bigger than 18 gauge, this is it. The part number on this is the VSW 1116. And there you go. All in one, super sexy, ferrules, the whole 9 yards. It's calling your name. It's calling your name. All right.
All right. Right there.
Show them, Dean. I did that for you, Mary Lou. I did that for you. Recently bought a Ram, and you guys have been my go-to channel. I've been watching the replay of your DSP episode with Jeff Smith. Tons of good info there. Thank you guys for what you do. And we'll have to get Jeff on now that AudioControl is doing the new software. So I think right now it's still beta. So we've done the whole touchy-feely thing with it. But as soon as it gets out of beta, we'll get him on and we'll talk more about it, because at that point we'll have settled on like the official, what it is. So, all right, let me do this.
Hey, well, for the people that are asking about flat subwoofers, Ground Zero makes hydrogen.
We just talked about those on the news.
Yes,
nice. We just talked about those on the news on Saturday. They have that badass yellow coned one, and then they have the regular one. So very cool there. But if you're looking for some amazing high-end products for your day-to-day use, we've been talking about them for the last couple months now, and they just came out the 6 to 10. That's a 6-channel amplifier AB class with 10 channels of DSP built into it. And where can you find such a beast? Where can you find that awesome AB class, that German engineering that you guys know and love? And of course, AB, 10 channels of DSP, not 8, not 6, 10. That's right. Mosconi-America.com is a place you can go. Look up the One amplifiers. Check them out. And then if you're just like, hey, I want the best of the best, thank you, sir. Check out the Pro 830.
What's up, Mike?
Speaking of Mosconi,
we get 300.
We're going to see the 300 here shortly. Probably I want to get it out because it's really nice. Mike did an awesome job. So, yeah, and it's got Mosconi in it. It's got the Gladen. You guys remember his last car, which was the Stinger. It migrated over into the 300. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. They did okay. Without buying a Sub Pro for my 2018 GMC Denali with Bose, can the LC2i work on the factory amp output? Can it work? Sure. Yeah, it'll work. I mean, I get the LC2i Pro. However, yeah, I mean, you could do it. You could do the LC2i, the LC2i Pro. Either one of them will do the job. You may only need the LC1i if you're just, keep in mind, though, you're going to need some power. I don't know what you're planning on doing, but there is going to be an EQ in there. It's going to be doing its fun Bose stuff. The solution, if you can't fix the system, the other solution is power and making sure you have enough of it. And there again, that's just a Band-Aid to solve like bass roll off and stuff like that. And by roll off, I group in equalization and roll off. So there's two totally different things, but you may want to look at the Epicenter Micro. I'm just saying, LC2i, cool, but the Epicenter Micro gives you a little bit of help in the area you may need it. So like if that has a subsonic filter, which we'll just call high pass, and it's at a really crappy spot, the Epicenter Micro will take care of that for us. It'll allow you to have some fun and get that funness back. Hey guys, what's up, Ada? How are you? Hey guys, in the past videos of yours, you made a suggestion that with the Hertz Milli Pros, that you like the tweeter facing you better than them facing the windshield and the dash. It may have in that car. It may have in that car. I don't really remember that specific comment, but sometimes that does sound better. Sometimes it sounds like total crap. It just depends. Like, the joy that we have is, for one, we get to listen to a ton of stuff, and sometimes things don't react the way that we hope they would. In that case, it's like, oh, that tweeter might not have came off of whatever car it was in's windshield the way it would if it was facing us. It might have just sounded harsh and nasty. Each car is a little bit different. So, yeah, we may have said that. And it's probably true for that particular environment. I don't know. Does anyone make top post battery terminals that just allows you to add in other wires for lighting, etc., but also has an additional top post to keep the stock terminal without costing tons? Okay, see, there you go. You wanted all that, and you said without costing tons. The reality is you're asking for something very specific. And when you do that, that automatically screws you out of something that's affordable or practical. I know there's a couple of the guys that make them. They're big, and then they have the terminal that screws on so you can attach your factory to it. I can never remember the names of those wire companies, but Next Level or whatever it is. And then the GF guys, I think, also make them. But yeah, it's just, they're there, but yeah, you're like $100, $120, $150. Yeah, it's just what it is because they're the only ones making them. So that's what sucks. Oh geez, 2024 MasterTech tuning competition would be cool. So that idea keeps getting kicked around, Fro, as far as like a tuning, like a competition for tuning. Really what it comes down to is how do we do it? Okay, so like the idea, okay, so anytime we come up with a challenge, like Brian comes up with a challenge for the clean wire challenge, it's like, hey, we're going to do a clean wire challenge. And it was live here on the show when he told us that we were going to do this. It was just an idea. And from there, we had to build out how the challenge was going to happen, the things that were going to be needed, what kind of vendors do we need. So I had to write a whole, here's the contest. So we had to make it up as it evolved because it didn't exist before this. And I'm sure he went through the same thing when he decided to do the build-off challenge. The light challenge is probably the easiest one so far. I'm totally in for a tuning contest. Right. And there again, it's a great idea. And we've all talked about it. It's just a matter of how do we do it so that it's fair? Do we just have Jeff Smith and Iasca judges sit in the car for hours and hours? But see, there again, though, because that's not a realistic tune, because I don't tune for Iasca because my customers don't. They want to listen to it. So that's where we're at. It's like, do we have Sage, Mr. I can make my car sound amazing. Do we have somebody like him judge? Do we have like Doug judge? Attic could judge. There again, it's one of those things. Or do we just get like, so one of the ideas we kicked around was, one day each manufacturer that has a car there has a guest tuner. Okay, so let's say Ada tuned for ARC, and somebody tuned for Mosconi, and somebody tuned for AudioTech Fisher and JL and whatnot. And then so there's like 5 or 6 guys. Each guy gets to show up with their guy. And then that day, as many people could jump through the cars and they vote. Like they vote on the cars. I just don't know if it would work. So it's like there's a lot of ideas. We'll see what happens. But yes, at some point it's going to happen. We just have to figure out how. Okay, what do you got? Ha ha ha. Sage voice. Don't smile, Sage. Dean, what's your favorite sound quality speaker, non-subwoofer? Yeah. I'm a big Morel fan, all right? So like that's like I'm the fanboy, all right? I'm a fanboy of many things, and I have it in my house. I used to have it in my car. I don't have anything in my car at the moment. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate other things. If you're not on my team, you suck kind of guy. I like a lot of things. I appreciate good sound. I really don't care whose name's on it. When something sounds like crap, I just move on. When something sounds good, I investigate. I like to figure it out. I go, oh, what makes that sound good? And if I've heard something that I haven't liked in the past, I'll hear it again just to see if it's changed. Prime example of that is Mike Rios' boss. He had a Focal Utopia M system. And I was not a fan of Utopia M's. I didn't like the way they sounded. I thought they were like ugh. But Wayne has had his car for a good amount of time, so they're nice and broken in, and they sounded great. And so I sat in the car, and he played them for me, and I was like, holy crap. Wow, I've really been dissing these hard, and these sound really, really good. But, you know, they had time to break in, and the previous times I heard them, it was always like, oh, they're brand new. And it's like, oh, my God, don't ever judge a speaker when you, and there again, I know this, but it's still, I was like, they can't get much better. But never judge a speaker when it's brand new. Like, don't go and enter a competition with a brand new set of speakers. Oh, my gosh. You know, when we have a car here, we play it for 3 or 4 hours before we even hand it off to the customer, just so that when we're dealing with the big systems like that, because we want to make sure the speakers are hot and cooked and just like we're jamming on this thing. And we're playing it a lot harder than they're ever going to play it, because we want to make sure that it can take it. But yeah, no, so I don't know if that answered your question, but it was a fun little story. Top 3. I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think of the Kicker KS series component speakers? Good sound quality? It's not bad. It's not bad. I really like their speakers. Okay, so if like Haley had them in her car forever. Like we had the old KS, we switched those out for the new KS. Then we put, some Focals. Now it has Morels in there right now, right? Yeah, it had Morels in there right now. It'll probably get swapped out for something else. Her car just constantly swap out affordable 6.5s. The thing I like about the KS and the things I don't like about the KS, I love the size of the KS. I love the versatility for the tweeter. Like it comes with 6 or 7 different tweeter mounts, it seems like. Anything from a flush mount to an angle flush mount to an eyeball. It's one of the most versatile tweeter mounts ever. The only thing I don't like about the KS, and this is it, is that they got the passive crossovers for them are way too big. It's like, come on, guys. Like, it's 2023. Can we get a more compact, smaller passive crossover? It just doesn't make sense anymore to build the crossovers the way they're building them. But that doesn't mean, so sound quality, 2 thumbs up. Functionality, 2 thumbs up. Installability, 4 thumbs up. Like, there's some of the easiest speakers to install. Passive crossover, way too big. That's it. That's all I got. That's the only thing I don't like. So if you got room for that, you're great. Rock on. Gladen Aerospace, the most underknown drivers ever. I would agree with that. And that's what Mike has in his car, I believe. And they sound amazing. They really do. Those are Ada's favorite. Do you know of any shop installer around Toronto that you'd recommend? However, I'm going to be there in a month, so I can always find out. So, because I'll be in Toronto, I don't know where. So it'll just be the CMAs. I don't know where that's at. You go to CMA, whatever, their Facebook page. It's not country. It's Canadian something. And I'll be there with Automobility, Automob. Hey, guys, I think I saw one of your vids that used Smilk. The Last Rainforest. Yes, as a test on. What do you listen to when using it? Do I have a phone? I had a phone. Hold on. Ow. All right, hang on here. Go to my music playlist. Dean. That's my playlist. All right. Which one is Schmilk? That's the Brian song, right?
Yes.
Schmilk, Last Rainforest. So the reason, all right. So I don't really listen to that song all that often. I just really like that song. So Brian Mitchell of Arc Audio with the dogs, he always, when he has the Cadillac, which is one of the videos we did, and I think that's probably where you heard that song. He always likes to bring a new song, a new creative song, something we may have never heard before. I don't know when he finds time to do it. And he played that song for me in his car. His car is one of those cars where it's like, I wish I could just have his car sitting in the corner so that I could use that as a reference for what everything else should sound like, because it's that good. It's like, just, yeah, list. Okay, nope, doesn't sound like that. Go back in and screw with it some more. But so when I heard that song, it just sounded so crazy in his car that led me to, of course, download it and whatnot. So it's a pretty cool song. But that's really it. I don't really like go crazy. Mike says, speaking of playlists, I would love some music playlists. Shoot them to me. Okay. I mean, I got old crappy songs. Tina, my wife, is watching. Would you give her a shout out? Tina, what's happening, girl? We had the pleasure of dining with Angel's family at Vegas. His wife he's a lucky man. He's a lucky man. I feel all our wives are somewhat lucky in the way that I don't know. They're not. I don't know why they put up with our shit. I mean, it's really what it comes down to. Hold on. What is the order of operation when using a DSP? I will be doing it for the first time coming up soon. Amp gain, DSP gain, crossover, time alignment, etc. Okay, so gain always starts all the way down, and there again, gain depends on factory radio, aftermarket radio. I've said it a bunch of times, and it's one of those things that, depending on what if it's a factory radio, like where we're dealing with a factory EQ, that's a whole different process than if it's an aftermarket radio or an Amp Pro. If it's one of those things where I have a flat signal, then I just, it's like, cool, I'm good. I just move on. I don't even worry about the gain yet. If it's a factory radio and I have to deal with that first. So like if it's going to need de-equalization, if there's something I need to bypass, if there's something we have to fix, that is always the first step, is the input, just dealing with the input. But before all of that, because we're talking about input, it's setting up the input of the DSP. So most of the time when you get it, when I get into a car, like we're done with the install and it's time to start the laptop fun and excitement, it's just everything is off except for the DSP, and it's setting up the DSP. So it's going into the DSP and saying, we need to set up the input setting. Like in JL, you route the signal. It's got this cool little graph, and it's like channel 1, and it goes like this. AudioControl has their setup process. Everyone has a setup process for getting signal from point A, input, to point B, output. That is the first step, period, of whatever you're doing. Then the next step is factory amplifier, non-factory amplifier, dealing with all that, like I said. Crossovers get turned on while I'm doing my input setup. So while I'm routing channels to where it's going, I'm also going, these are my tweeters, crossovers are getting turned on. Now, a lot of the times when you do input routing, a lot of DSPs will give you presets, meaning as soon as you tell it it's going to a tweeter, it goes, oh, you're going to a tweeter. Here's 3,200 hertz, just in case. It's a safety thing that a lot of DSPs just have now. And then, you can go in and change all that to whatever it is you're trying to do. But a lot of them will just give you a default just in case something bad happens, or it's like, someone walks in and goes, what are you doing? Shit. So crossover. Then I move on and I do time delay. I set up our numbers because Fernando's already measured the car. I enter those in. And if I've done everything right, now I can get on to the tuning side of it. Doing all that wonderful stuff. So the tune is typically last. There's a few more steps in the beginning too, like polarity checking the speakers, balance and fader, make sure the speakers are playing where they need to. So it's a whole laundry list of stuff. I mean, just getting from like, hey, putting the last zip tie on and wrenching the battery. It's like, okay, usually we take a 5 or 10 minute break just to kind of compose our thoughts. And then it is off to like, okay, polarity, balance and fader, dealing with this, dealing with that. And then it's like, there's an hour of just nonsense of just like, So yeah, lots of little pieces, lots of little steps.
Thank you, man.
Been Patreon for a short time. Enjoy your work. Oh man, thank you. That's so cool.
Thank you. What's up, Dennis?
In a minute, boys. What's up? Nothing. It's just honestly nothing. No. Hey, thank you, Mosconi-America.com for supporting the show, and great people like Mike Rios, who work for a rep firm that sells them. It gives us the opportunity to hear cool cars. My son just got a 2011 Buick LaCrosse for his first car. Is that a Buick?
Is that a Buick?
It's a Buick.
That's what I told them.
And it has a base 3.5-inch radio. I cannot find anything to replace it. He wants new speakers and loves bass. Any ideas what I can do? You know, the LaCrosse is just not the car. I know it sucks. What can I do? There's always something I can do. It has the base 3.5-inch radio. I'm sure you've checked everywhere. I'll pull this back up again.
Yeah, they don't make nothing.
So they don't make nothing good. I don't have to pull it up again. So nobody makes anything. So that means we have to go after the factory radio, which means we're going to do some form of high-level to low-level integration, whether that just be a high-level to low-level, whether it be like an LCQ1 from AudioControl, which has has analog EQ settings, or if we do a DSP that has digital DSP settings. All of the AudioControl products have high-level inputs. Or we could do something like Kicker, key lock, which is going to do de-equalization. You can take that off into any amplifier you want. There's options available to you. It's just a matter of what you're trying to do and how well you want to do it. If he's just doing something like Subwoofer, there again, you could grab a Kicker key lock and attach it to the front outputs of the radio, so front, left, and right, if it has a bass stereo in it, which I'm assuming it has a 3-inch screen. It probably does. And that would take care of the sound coming out of those and give you 2 RC outputs. It would de-EQ it, make it sound better, do all the magical stuff, all pass filters, and get rid of everything. And then you'd have that go off to the subwoofer. If he decides he wants to add mids and highs, you also can just go into that as well. So it'll fix any 2 channels of audio and straighten it out for you. So might be the best move, is since we can't put a radio in, is look at the Kicker key lock.
Okay.
Or just go, full Odyssey.
Yeah.
What's the best way to set the gains on a key 200.4? Oh, man. So, funny you should ask. If you're doing a key lock, key 200.4, and you're doing it high level, I can tell you right now, you're not getting any gain. It's like, just like a hair. It's like, because it's like, I don't know. You just maybe a hair of gain. What I like to do, the easiest thing that I like to do, and I've said this when doing peak lights on amplifiers, because they have the distortion detectors on them. I grab my most dynamic song that I have, and I'll put that on, and I'll crank it up. Okay. And there again, I'm not trying to open the gains up, and it's like doing this. I'm listening to the music. I'm trying to see, is it loud enough? Okay. Is it sounding good? And if it's not, then I'll start, upping the gain a little bit. Okay. And there again, because I can't play 1,000 hertz test tone at this point with this amplifier, it won't let me because of the way the inputs and outputs on it work. So I'll start turning it up a little bit, and the light will start going. And I'll be like, okay, is that doing what I need it to do? And if the answer is yes, that's cool. And if the answer is no, at that point I know it doesn't matter because the amplifier is not going to give me anything more. So I'm good. But yeah, there's the peak lights on it. Use them. Play a dynamic song. But then again, go back and also play. Once you've done that, go back and play your normal songs and make sure that it is doing what you want it to do as well. Because if you play your loudest song and then you play your quietest song, technically it should be somewhere between those two. And if you're setting it up yourself, then you'll understand what you had to do to get there. All right. So you know what it's capable of sounding like by playing your most dynamic song first. Now the deal is to get your quietest song to sound like that. So like if you set the gains here, and it's like, wow, that's loud. Then you go play that quiet song, and it's quiet. It's like, geez, there's nothing there. So you turn the gain up some, okay? And then you get it to where it sounds almost as loud as that other one. That's telling you straight up that when you go to play that other song, you better be turning that volume down because they're recorded different. And that's one of those things that it's like there is no perfect setting on a gain knob because each song, you play something from the 80s, it ain't going to sound like something from yesterday. And everyone always says the same thing. Hey, Fernando, What type of music do you listen to?
Spanish music.
That's such a lie. You listen to everything.
No, nobody listens to everything.
Everyone listens to everything. No. Everyone listens to everything. So, anyways, when you're at the CMA, would you have any IRTA2 units with you for grabs? I was going to ask anybody if they did need those, but then I started talking to everyone because I also have to bring some other stuff up there. And apparently trying to get those things into Canada is going to be a problem. So I had somebody that was driving into Canada. I was going to try to smuggle some in his car. And he was informed that, hey, listen, when you're coming across the border, only bring your clothes and what you need because apparently they're really cracking down on that right now. So I probably won't be bringing any, which really sucks. I know. If I can, because I don't want to leave them at the border because that's expensive.
Right.
But yeah, I know. We'll ship them to you. I know. Who wants to pay that?
Just going to take time. Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks. I know. It's pretty bad. Mm-hmm. Hey guys, do you know how or who I can touch with to get some Focal Flax 6-inch mid bass? I need to replace one. Any help is appreciated. Any Focal dealer can help you with this. So Focal has a parts department that they will sell just specific pieces. So you whoever you bought the speaker from, unless it's Crutchfield, should be able to get you a second one. Now, if wherever you're at in the world that cannot happen, you can give Paul a call here, 727-216-6170. Have the part number. He can get you a price and how much it'll cost to ship it to you. But yes, any Focal dealer can get you that part. We all have the same access to Focal parts. So it shouldn't be hard. But there again, yes, if you have no one you trust in your area and there's no one there, give Paul a call. He can help you. So yes, you can buy it a la carte. Do you think the Dayton Audio DSP would be a good item to pair with the Sony 4Better SQ? No, it wouldn't. And Fernando's laughing. That's why you heard that little
Oh no, I'm just laughing for the
sure.
Here.
I don't listen, man.
There you go.
Adios, Miles. I know, right? It'd be fine if you didn't have to get through the X-ray. I mean, I might be able to put it in my camera bag. No smuggling. I know, right? I don't even want to take a chance. I might be able to put one in my camera bag. You know what I mean? Like, I feel I might be able to tuck two in there just because it's going to, they're not going to be in boxes. They're just going to be in bags. Listen, if you're going to the CMA, come see me because I might be able to tuck them in my camera bag and they'll just like camera parts. So, I don't know. But anyways, that's a good idea. If they're watching right now, the TSA guys are, customs, I got you. I was answering something. I don't remember what. Dayton DSP. Listen, man, find anything else. Get a freaking Metra. Get a DSR1. There are so many better DSPs right now. It's limited to 2.5 volts. That's it, and it's going to clip, and it's going to sound like crap. It's very limited on its functionality. It's going to have floor noise.
See you, buddy.
It's just not a good DSP. It's not the best my first DSP. I mean, find something better used. I mean, just anything other than buying that DSP for the love of God. And I've owned one. We've reviewed it. It sucked. It sucked. I even said it sucked. Hurt somebody's feelings. I bought one and gave it away just to make him feel better. Guess what? Not anymore. It's just not a good DSP. I have the Tweak in my truck. I'm asking because I saw your video. The Tweak is awesome. I like the Tweak. The Tweak. I got a Tweak right there. Tweak it. That's it, Fernando.
That's it? Okay.
Try Free Heart for a budget DSP. I've been looking at those. Feel Heart. This one here. Bring that up. Yeah. Yeah, it did. This guy right. Try the. So I haven't tried these yet. I don't know. I have seen them. You may also want to look at Museway. Museway is also a new affordable DSP.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of them out there. Just expand your search.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold on. Ooh. How usable how's the usability of a Mosconi DSP versus the DM810? The software looks dated for the Mosconi. So it's a great question. The Mosconi software is not frilly. So it doesn't have rounded corners. It doesn't have, it's very, very efficient in the sense that it does not look like bubbly. Okay. As far as what's going on behind it, it's a way bigger DSP than the AudioControl, but it's not for everybody. As far as usability goes, there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve on any DSP for sure. The new software for the Mosconi has definitely shrunk that down for sure. I don't know, man. As far as the capabilities, the Mosconi has way more capabilities.
There you go.
Okay. I was hoping for less than that, but that's okay. I understand. Okay, I don't know.
I mean,
anyways, yeah, it just depends what your needs are, man. You know, Chris Bennett, who's a Museway guy now, back when he worked for AudioControl, he said something to me that really resonated with me. He goes, "We designed a DSP for 80% of the people, not 20% of the people." The AudioControl is a very simple DSP to use. It's very effective. It does what it needs to do, and it looks good doing it. There's a lot of DSPs out there that don't look as shiny, but do way more stuff. But they're, again, bigger learning curve, a lot bigger learning curve. Like, and if you don't know what you're looking for in these other DSPs, they're not there staring you in the face, you know. So they don't have a program button like a camera does. You know, put it on P and take a picture. They don't have that. It's just manual mode. Go full tilt boogie all the time. So, all right.
There you go.
MasterTech Expo is coming up March 5th through the 8th, 2023. We might have Brian on again this Saturday to talk about the light off that's happening, because like the Clean Wire Challenge is done. We've got it. The competition, the build off done. Got it. Got the competition. These are the people that are going to compete. However, the LED challenge is open to anybody that is going to MasterTech Expo. Anyone, as long as it fits in your suitcase and you can hook 12 volts up to it to make it go pretty. This is low-hanging fruit as far as I'm concerned. Someone is going to walk away with this that, like, it's like, wow, dude. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I feel a lot of people are going to be lazy. You know?
No, I don't think so.
I think a lot of people are going to be lazy, man. I mean, seriously. A lot of people are going to be lazy.
I see a few people doing stuff, so.
Yeah, few. That's why I keep saying we need a bunch. Make it a real competition. Okay. Hey, guys, listen. That's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's Monday, so go forth, be merry. Make sure to tune in to Instagram, and we'll tell you what's going on here in the shop. We haven't really shown the new, like, notice the workbench isn't back here, so we've actually got it put away over here, and it's kind of nice. So make sure to tune in, and we'll have some fun. If not, we'll see you guys Saturday.
Bye, man.
Will we see these guys Saturday? I don't know. We might not. Oh, yeah, we're doing a live show Saturday. Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
of course.